Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Great Gibraltar Draft with Hound Dogs, and today we've got Lincoln Red Imps. They're actually sitting in 7th, but they have got a bunch of games in hand. 3 on Man62, 4 on us, and 5 on Mons Camp, who are top of the league. So they could climb up the division if they get a good run of form together. Now, taking a look at our competition and how we've gone so far since our last game, let's take a look. So after our game against Mons Camp, we did get a nice 1-0 win against Lynx. Moonilal being dinked through and doing a lovely chip over Alnwick in goal for a 1-0 win. And after that, a 3-1 win against Magpies. Shabalala getting a penalty early on in the game. And just before half-time, Bareback played the ball across. It was defended against Myhill's initial shot, but fell to Bareback to get the ball in again for Moonilal to get the header past the keeper. That gave us a 2-0 lead, looking quite comfortable into the second half. They did manage to get one back, however, this time with Cavander coming in from the right-hand side, finding Zuzak, playing it through to Gallardo, who popped it past Diego Alves in goal. But that wasn't all, as we did manage to get a third, get that 2-goal lead again with Shabalala crossing the ball in, and this time it was Draper heading past the keeper for 3-1. And we increased our 2-game winning run to 3 with Shabalala firing past Kuhn in goal for 1-0 against Europa Point. Then Moonilal played the ball down the right-hand side, finding Bareback, laying it off to Williams, back to Barehack, and then Moonilal with a lovely strike from the edge of the box, who has been absolutely fantastic for us so far this season, getting all the goals. A throw-in into Bareback, found back to Williams, was then created to Moonilal, who found Pella on the edge of the box, who made it 3-0. Again, Moonilal involved in a second goal of this game. And then finally, it was 4, and Shabalala found Bareback on the edge of the box, taking on his man, and he was able to get that ball across the box, and Moonilal found the near post for 4-0. Finally, it was a 4-1 win against Lions, another comfortable victory and our 4th goal. They could have had a couple more at the end of the game, but we held on with Calderon getting his first goal in the game, and for us in total. We did get 3 more in quick succession though to make us go 4-0 up, with Shabalala receiving the ball playing through Moonilal, who was able to get that ball past the keeper for 2-0. He's again been fantastic for us and on great form. Shabalala scored from the penalty spot to make it 3 only moments later. And then again, just before half-time to make it 4, Harrison played the ball down the wing, finding Shabalala, who was able to hit the post. He did manage to win that ball back, though, laying it off to Calderon, who got his second of the game for 4-0. As going into the second half, they did manage to get one back. As I mentioned, they got 2 more goals, which were disallowed. But a ball straight over the top found Stefan Sessignon, who went through on goal to make it 4-1. And there we have it. That is how we've got to this stage. We're sitting in 2nd. If we win today, we go top, which is great. As I said, Jesse Moonilal has been absolutely fantastic for us. He's been playing both just behind the striker and as the striker itself. And he's been banging in the goals. I mean, he's got 12 goals in 31 appearances overall for Hound Dogs. But 6 goals in 7 games for us exactly. So, I mean, what a player. He's been absolutely fantastic for us so far. And hopefully that continues as we go into today's game against Lincoln. If we can get a win, that'll slow them down completely. Unfortunately, Diego Alves is out injured. Same with Ramirez, who's suspended, and Pella. So we're going in with 3 of our big kind of drafted players out. We have got Cacano Blanco in goal, who's not a bad replacement, to be fair. Harrison will be playing at right back. Boyce and Dede will be in centre half, with Byrne at left back. Actually, Wisdom will come in for Boyce, I think, because, well, he's back fit. I think he was out injured or suspended, so that's why he wasn't on the pitch. We'll take Draper off and put Boyce on the bench, though, for a bit of experience. But with that said, Burns at left back, Williams and Shabalala will play in that holding role. On the right-hand side, we've got Bareback, left Calderon, who's come in, and then Moonilal's just behind Myhill, who's up top. We've got Fran Davis on the bench, who's done okay on his performances, but nothing spectacular. Otherwise, it's the boys on the pitch that's going to have to do the job for us today, what will hopefully be a very, very good game. Obviously, Lincoln Red Imps are renowned for being a very good side anyway in Gibraltar. So we've kind of got to see if we can match them with the boys we've got, which could be a challenge considering we've got a lot of players out. But Kike looks to find Basufa, but it's well dealt with by Calderon as Deddy clears forward. The 4-2-3-1 has been working for us very, very well. Shabalala playing slightly deeper means he's not reliant on his pace, so that's very good. But Bareback's got out on that right-hand side has been fantastic so far in getting deliveries. But Carrero with a long-range... Fernando Carrello... Carrelero, let's try that again. Fernando Carrelero with a fantastic strike from the edge of the box to give him a 1-0 lead in the first 3 minutes. Not great for us at all, but what a strike. Brito was able to find Rosa, who then turned and found Ali Kesson, who I think is Elkerson, who fires past the goalkeeper. So not a great start, but plenty of time to turn things around as the ball's played forward to Munilal, who's been fantastic for us, as I've mentioned, and a dinked ball over the top finds Myhill, who's through, but Cipollina is back there alongside Wiseman to kind of clear that up easily in the end. Sola's long ball forward is dealt with by Wisdom very nicely. Bareback's able to get onto that. Can he find space and find someone? Williams back to Wisdom, who looks for a long ball up top. Cipollina deals with it and it finds Rosa, but his header finds Myhill, who's cut it out. Shabalala's got a bit of time here now to find someone. Calderon coming forward on the left hand side, cutting inside into Munilal, who finds Bareback through on goal. Can he finish it? It's a tight angle. He wasn't quite able to get his shot away perfectly, and the keeper was able to kind of smother that and get rid of it. But good movement, good football. It's good to see. Harrison on the right hand side again, finding it inside, receives it back, finds Bareback, who finds Harrison again, who drops it outside to the edge where Dede's standing. Williams ball in, finds Shabalala at the back post, but Basufa is able to deal with it. Byrne though, we're still on the attack from left back, looks down the line to Calderon, who's, never get into that. Ronan is there to clear up. Basufa again receives the ball into Walker, then Wiseman coming forwards. These are all players. You see these Gibraltar players, they're the biggest Gibraltar names in the country, because you've got the likes of Cipollina, you've got the likes of Wiseman, Kean, and of course Walker as well. A ball over the top to Myhill. Here we go. He's running through on goal. Can he finish this to make it 1-1? Not quite. We're not able to get back into this game as well as we'd hoped. We're on top now, which is very good. It's positive. It's good to see, but there's still room for improvement as Shabalala looks to take this corner. Comes flying into the box. Bareback goes in for the header, but it's cleared by Cipollina. Now Rosa's going to look to break on us. We do have a couple... I was a little bit worried that we didn't have anyone back then, but Harrison's managed to deal with that very comfortably. A draw, I'd take that, to be honest. I'd take a draw at this stage if we can get back in the game and just get a goal, but... Mubarak Basufa is coming forward. Calderon does well to get back and smother out any attacking threat that he's could have created. Calderon now wide. Munilal, who's having to push wide now with the ball, finds Shabalala. Calderon again. Munilal's through. He's through. He plays it into Myhill. That is an awful effort on goal as he pokes that ball just wide of the target without any hope whatsoever. 20 minutes in, there's been a lot of action. But very, very little to actually be too impressed by, as they look to still be doing very well. But you can see here, Carrelero, Cipollina, Wiseman, Ronan, Walker, they're all players who are very, very good for Gibraltar. And then obviously with the likes of Basufa and Elkerson in there as well, you can't really complain. But Shabalala's ball in, finds Munilal, who just heads over the bar again. He's influential in the game, that's for sure. He is influencing things, but not quite enough just yet as the ball's launched forward. Wisdom misses that and Kike is through in goal. Can we deal with it? Yes, well done, Cacano Blanco. He does fantastically well to save that and poke it wide as Wiseman clears up the ball. Now, we're on top. I'd say it's very even with shots and that sort of thing, but we are on top. I think we will maybe look at actually changing things around. I think if we look to bring Shabalala forward a bit more, we'll pop him out wide and we'll pop on Joseph Wayne in that centre midfield spot. Hopefully that will kind of get Shabalala a bit more space and he can start whipping some balls into the box, as he's very good at that, especially here. Munilal laying it back to Dede, who's kind of restart things. Out wide to Byrne. Our back four is we've stuck with this back four for most of the games. just because they're the best back four we've got, and a bit of kind of continuity throughout the season is always good. And there's plenty of time between games. This often, there can be 2 weeks in between a game because of how little games there are in a season. But Moonalaut comes forward again, finds Williams in midfield, then Bareback, who takes a long range effort, is well wide of the goal, not causing any trouble whatsoever. But Soler will look to take this again. It's a long ball forward. Can it be dealt with? Williams does head it wide to Harrison, who looks down to Bareback on this right-hand side. Has to go backwards, though. Is forced back by the two defenders. A ball inside doesn't find Moonalaut as it's cut out by Rosa. Alkenson into Basufa on the right-hand side. He's coming forward. Looks through to Alkenson, but again, Carcano Blanco is there to kind of get on the end of it and make sure nothing more comes of that. But a long ball forward, both the defenders went up for that as Myhill was causing issues, and it's fallen to Bareback on the right-hand side. Can he get a ball in? It's deflected cross, and Soler's had to make sure there and poke it over the bar. There was obviously no intention to get a shot away there, but it's certainly an effort, and we get a corner from it. It's a poor corner as Wiseman heads clear at the near post, and Shabalala has had an absolute shocker there. He's going to get shouted at in the changing room, that's for sure. I hate it when players don't clear the first man. Basufa, though, wins that ball and is able to sweep up very easily there as he plays it back to Soler, who will be coming forward. A long ball forward, finds Alkenson. Can Deddy deal with that? No, it's headed through to Kike, who's through on goal, and he puts that one away. And that's really not a good goal to concede. That's poor. Elkerson was able to win the header initially, which is, it's such Route 1 football. Elkerson winning that header. He was on burn okay, but Dede and Wisdom neither picking up Kike there, and through on goal to make it 2-0. I don't know if we're going to be able to get back into this. We're going to have to go attack him. Have we got anything else that we can do on the bench? Myhill hasn't done anything, so I think we will bring on Fran Davis for the final few moments of the... I say few moments, we've still got half an hour to go, but we can still get something from this, sure, and as it was an early goal again, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very, very tough. As it is 2-0. Long scoring 2 goals for Mons Kaup. No, against Mons Kaup for Europa there, as you can see on the other scores. Brito playing it back to Rosa, though, looking at this game, who will look to probably get a ball into the box or a shot off. Lays it off, in fact, to Alnon. Cipollina again receiving that, but it's cut out by Moonalaut. Then Wayne. Williams, can he look for something? That I don't even know where you're looking for that, because none of our players are anywhere near it. They were so far up the pitch. We should be looking to get forward as quickly as possible there. But Kean Ronan looks back to Soler as he looks to now come out of the box with it. Playing it into Cipollina, into Brito. They're keeping it very, very nicely. Rosa into Okran, who finds Kike through on goal. Oh, this is going to be a third, surely. It's a little dink over the keeper, and that's his second of the game. 11th goal of the season. A nice goal, nice move. Maybe that's kind of showing how much better Lincoln are than a lot of us, as they've got the kind of squad depth and quality of players. Because, if you look at that, they've only actually got 2 players who were drafted. One of them's not even on the pitch anymore. I've just seen Elkerson has actually come off. So Basufa's the only player on the pitch who's actually been drafted. And that says a lot, doesn't it, really? When they don't even have to play the players they drafted and still perform very, very well. Obviously, the game time as well, the reasons why they've been played less and they've got games in hand is because of the likes of Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, all that stuff. So that's why. But a ball through by Moonalaut to Davis. If we can get a goal, it would be nice. Ball over the top to Shabalala, finds Bareback, but isn't able to make much of that as Harrison receives the ball from that clearance. Wayne looks to play it through. Davis, he does the second time round, but Fran Davis is, that's well wide of the target. It's nowhere near the goal as 3 minutes is up for added time and the ball is cleared. Cipollina again winning that. No challenge for him. I think things would have been different if we had Ramirez, we had Pella, I think they're two guys that really are crucial to us going forward as they score again. Lee Cassiaro, another legend of Gibraltar, getting a goal there for them. So a shame there. But yeah, I think there's plenty of room for improvement in our squad. I think we're making the most of the fact that they're not doing great, as our first loss of the season is to Lincoln Red Imps. I wasn't expecting to go the whole season unbeaten, as we reached the halfway mark in the season with our 11th game. But Europa FC beating Mons Calp is obviously good for us. Means they don't get any further away from us. But Man 62 and Lincoln are the two teams that seem to have things in their hands with regards to how it's going. Another thing to note is that we have had a lot of players asking to leave, to be transfer listed, that sort of thing. Which I have accepted because they probably won't get much game time, to be brutally honest. But I will be certainly having a look in the transfer market when it comes about in January, and seeing what we can do. So we will probably come back after January, maybe the College 75 game or Magpies, depending on who's about there. And then, I mean, we've got Lincoln at the end of the season as well. So that could be a very, very interesting game to go up against them, the big dogs of the league, because it will likely be closer to where they'd be in the league. But there you go. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will make sure to catch you in the next one. I'll see you then.